There is no shortage of talk in the Final Fantasy community these days with 16 and the divisive opinions on 16 and whatnot, but also Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be dropping very soon, within like 9 months. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about a character you all know I love, and we've talked about this character before, but why I think they have a shot to be a lot more prominent than they were before in the previous game, because today we're talking about Vincent Valentine. He's actually back here on my shelf. You can't see him. He's in the shadows. He's in the shadows. But before we get started, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff. Y'all watch YouTube videos. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know what's up. I am really anxious to talk about this because this is something I wanted to talk about on the last live stream we did a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to save it for a video. I wanted to kind of get all my thoughts out without having to read the chat and everything. To start with, Vincent Valentine, amazing gothic, tragic, romantic type character, right? He's perfect for the oddball kind of group that makes up the team in Final Fantasy VII. Like they're especially OG Final Fantasy VII, because they're all kind of walks of life. You got an airship pilot, you got a ninja, you've got a rebel leader, you've got an ex-military soldier guy, you've got a martial artist, you got a flower girl, you've got all these crazy, and you've got best boy, you've got a lab, rat, dog, whatever it was he said he was in remake in Red 13. Vincent Valentine, his importance is going to go deep because he has ties to Shinra. He has ties to Sephiroth, which is ties to Shinra, granted, but he has a working knowledge of what is going to be going on in the story. But before we get into all that stuff, let's take it back a little bit. So I am really excited to see Lucrecia and Lucrecia's Cave in the Rebirth world, because depending on when the anomaly happens that changes reality, flips the switch on reality, it causes one fused reality, a changed reality, Lucrecia will still be Sephiroth's physical mother. Like Lucrecia and Hojo will still be Sephiroth's parents. So Lucrecia's Cave will still be there. She will still exile herself for her sins and all that kind of things. Vincent will still be in the Shinra basement. I don't think he's going to be asleep. It's not even really clear if he's asleep in the original game. He's just like, go away. You know what I mean? I'm in this coffin. I'm secluding myself in this coffin. Maybe he's meditating for years and years. We don't know. He's ageless, right? He is Nosferatu. He's going to have a working knowledge of everything that's going on, possible Sephiroth's motivations, things that have changed. He's going to have access to, because I feel like, I don't think this has ever been confirmed, but I feel like Vincent Valentine is a character who has immersed himself in knowledge. He is washed with the knowledge of Shinra because he has read every book in that basement. Because the mansion is abandoned. Like, people probably still come and go, like lab techs or whatever, like soldiers, grunts, or maybe it's just abandoned and nobody ever goes in there because they're afraid it's like haunted or something. I think Vincent will have read every one of these books. He will have some kind of working knowledge. His direct connection to Hojo was going to be very important too, because that gives him a direct connection to Cloud. So I think he's going to be a wellspring of knowledge for everyone in the party. I'm really looking forward to individual conversations between party members and Vincent. Like him brooding off to himself and somebody walking up and just kind of like, so, what about this one thing? What about this? And especially Aerith. I'm really interested in what the dynamic between Aerith and Vincent is going to be, because I think Vincent's going to know right off the bat that she's an ancient. I think he's going to know right off the bat, I know what you are. Because Vincent is not the same. He will not be the same in Rebirth as Aerith and Sephiroth are. Aerith and Sephiroth both have been communing with the live stream. They have knowledge they shouldn't have. Now, Vincent could commune with the live stream through chaos, but it's going to be a different situation than Sephiroth and Aerith. Aerith is purely speaking, communing with the live stream, And Sephiroth is like a perverse version of that. You know, he's taking knowledge from the life stream. It's not being given freely to him, or at least it wasn't. It might be now. He might be in control of everything. We'll get into that in another video very soon. Another factor with Vincent Valentine is the whole deep ground effect, right? We've already seen Whis, we've seen Nero, Vice. Was it Vice? I keep thinking Dragon Ball Super is Whis. Okay, Vice, Nero, Genesis will come into play at some point, and you all know I've been vocal about the Genesis thing, deep ground. I feel like they've introduced these elements, and there will be some kind of correlation between deep ground, especially Vice and Nero. And Nero just looks too much like Vincent for that to be for that to not be a thing. And plus, we know Dirge of Cerberus is their story, right? Dirge of Cerberus is where Vincent Valentine has his showdown with Deep Ground. Was where you first hear about Deep Ground, really. So, if everything happened in Final Fantasy VII Remake is just a way to bring all the compilation together in one final installment, and they, story-wise, they say, well, fate will always right itself or something like that, then there will be a showdown between Vincent Valentine and the members of Deep Ground, and some kind of thing with Genesis as well, maybe. We haven't seen anything from him yet, but I do believe he is coming. So, Vincent, a showdown with Vice, a showdown with Nero, and ultimately a showdown with Hope. But Vincent Valentine, he's going to be super, super important to what's going on in the story, them figuring things out. Other characters like Bugenhagen, Rufus, I think Hojo will be important in knowing what happens. We're going to do a Rufus video very soon. We're going to talk about all that stuff with him as well. But Vincent Valentine's going to have a keen knowledge. Now, let's get into the solution, whatever the solution is going to be for Rebirth or whatever. I think it's going to have, without getting into it, I think it's going to have something to do with setting things right, Sephiroth's ultimate end, and I think Vincent is going to have a big hand in that as well. It's going to have something to do with Lucretia, I believe, because let's not forget, Sephiroth is born from Lucretia. He is genetically her child. He is physically her child. He was born from her and Hojo. He says he's the child of Jenova, but Jenova is like his power-up. It's like I've said before. It's like I've said many times before. Sephiroth is Mario. Jenova's the mushroom. That's the deal. And then when he discovered all the knowledge on Jenova and he figured out all that kind of stuff, he went crazy. Lucretia is his mom, Hojo's his dad, Bob's your uncle, and Jenova is a power-up. Because without the Jenova power-up, maybe he's born, he doesn't have the silver hair and stuff like that, he's still born. He's still, a guy. Maybe he's probably got dark hair, Lucretia's a brunette, Hojo's got black hair, he's probably got dark hair, he's probably not the physical specimen he is. He's probably like a little gangly. Might take after dad a little bit, Again, Vincent's going to know these things. He will have had years to ponder on these things. I can't wait to see how deep they go with the characterization of Vincent. Because before, he would just kind of throw his cloak over his face and he'd go, Hojo, or Lucretia, I'm coming. It was always something kind of hokey like that. Like very, very Bela Lugosi. I'm interested to see how deep they go with the character. Like this broken-hearted, badass that he's going to be. I'm really excited. The gameplay with Vincent is going to be amazing. But this video is about why he's going to be important to the story. But little side trip here. His gameplay is going to knock socks off. I'm excited. I'm so stoked to see him in a trailer for everybody's going nuts. I can't wait to watch all those reaction videos of people, Vincent's first bit in a trailer of him just going off with, gunplay and turning into monsters and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, back on course. The resolution. I think Vincent will have a say in the resolution of the story. And I really kind of want to see them have a happy ending. Because Lucrezia's still in her cave. She's forever encased in that cave, like Superman's Fortress of Solitude. It's Lucrezia's Fortress of Solitude, you know. Because in Dirge of Cerberus, she's in that cave, just crystallized, and he can. I think he kind of communes with her consciousness or something. She's in like a type of stasis or whatever. I don't know. I don't think she's dead. I think she's in like this type of stasis, like she's asleep. Vincent Valentine, look, he is going to blow people away. I'm really excited. And not only that, but I think he's going to be super important. I think he's going to be a fan favorite again. Like, for those of you who weren't experiencing the Final Fantasy VII phenomenon when it dropped in 97, 26 years ago, Vincent Valentine was, I'd say, 85% of everyone's favorite character. Like, because you had to unlock him, you know, you had to do certain things to get him, and it was like work. And then once you got him, he stayed in your party pretty much because he's a great magic user. He's pretty powerful, but he was just fever pitch. People love that character, and I can't wait for you all to experience that character for the first time in Rebirth with his characterization. I can't wait to hear what his voice sounds like. I can't wait to see what they do with him. But what do you all think? Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think Vincent Valentine's role might be in Rebirth. Now, I don't get to reply to everything, but I do read everything. So a lot of you all throw some really cool theories out there. I would like to see what you all think about Vincent and moving forward with Rebirth. So anyway, until next time, y'all have a great day. Be safe, be good with each other, keep rocking, and I will see you Coffmanites later. Appreciate you. Take care. I want to say a quick thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members and supporters. If you would like to support the future creation of content on this channel, get some few extra perks and some art sent to your door every month, consider becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Details and links are in the video description.